The O.J. Elrington rape trial begins and we'll take you there. And tonight, the National Garifuna Council speaks up for murder victim Zamar Alvarez. Miran Kawich said he didn't come from the capital city. The NGC president says they need to apologize. Also, a U.S. immigration site's reporting that a Belizean who was part of El Mencha's cartel was caught in Texas. We'll tell you what the Belize police are saying. Plus, a surprising happy ending for a woman trying to buy the land her dead mother was leasing tonight. She's gotten it back from Ashton Longsworth. We'll explain. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
El rotavirus es una de las principales causas de diarrea acuosa severa y vómitos en niños. Puede causar deshidratación severa y hospitalizaciones. La buena noticia es que la vacuna contra el rotavirus ya está disponible. Se administra por gotas orales a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Protege tu bebé. Visite hoy su centro de salud más cercano.
Have a vision? We've got what you need. From idea to install, Brothers Habet. All your building needs under one roof.
This is how we do.
This weekend, the NEBL moves into week 2 with a fully loaded weekend of games. On Friday night, the Belmopan Trojans goes up against the San Pedro Tiger Sharks at the UB Gymnasium. Then on Saturday night, the Cayo Western Ballers play host to the Belize City Defenders in a big home game at the Victor Galvez Stadium. The NEBL dancers will be performing live. And in Orange Walk, the Running Rebels look to defend their home court against the Dangriga Dream Ballers. Live performance by Yastalia. Giveaways all night. Plus, at the end of the first and third quarter, fans will get a chance to win cell phones, TVs, plus more. And at halftime, the big $5,000 cash Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations Shooting Challenge. So this weekend, make your weekend an NEBL weekend sponsored by the government of Belize.
When it happened before, me don't know where that. That are PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right. And the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it. Because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted. An acquisition that would only benefit their families. All the while using your company.
BTL will have to take a chill pill, you know. They will have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Safety performance is the core value of GT Tires. Through in-depth research on tire compound, pattern, and structure, GT develops and applies safety-focused technologies that ensure strong grip and stability in all road conditions and applications.
Available at Enrique Martinez & Sons Limited, 2 miles, Philip Colson Highway, Belize City. Give us a call today at 606-4154.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th, only at Venice. Quality and savings.
This fight over nationalizing control of telecommunications, the government there seems to want to be an authoritarian government.
Washington is watching, and Belize is becoming a red flag.
For a long time, they were under the radar. They could get away with it.
The Prime Minister and his chairman thought this would go under the radar, but they caught the attention of the White House.
And you saw it in the seriousness of President Trump's national security strategy. They're willing to be aggressive and do whatever they can against these individuals who are taking these actions.
Is a payout for the Prime Minister's family worth American intervention in Belize? They are playing a dangerous game with our country's future, and we are the ones to pay the price.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The rape trial for attorney Orson O.J. Elrington began today before High Court Justice Nigel Pilgrim. Proceedings began with a kind of curveball when Elrington's defense made a preliminary submission for the full trial to be held in open court, including when the victim complainant testifies. That part is usually held in closed court. The oral arguments on this began at 3 p.m. with Elrington being represented by his cousin Alifa Elrington and his uncle, senior counsel Wilfred Sedi Elrington. DPP Sherilyn Vidal appeared for the prosecution. In making submissions, the DPP argued that hearing the matter in public will prejudice the interest of justice. She noted that it would be somewhat intrusive and impactful and impact the quality that is of evidence due to the vulnerability of the victim. In response, Alifa Elrington noted that the case is a high-profile case with the defendant being a public and political figure. According to Elrington, there has also been no evidence of trauma provided in the case and no instance of harassment has been raised. The judge directed that by midday on February 26th, the DPP file a statement from the virtual complainant outlining her views on the matter and why the court should exercise its discretion to provide protections under the Constitution. Oral arguments will be made 2 hours later, and the judge will hand down his decision on Friday, February 27th at 9 a.m. When leaving court, we spoke with Seti Elrington.
So it's not precedent setting that an objection has been made to an in-camera hearing for a sexual assault
Might
case.
Might be.
What's your take on the arguments that were made?
I think they're both good arguments. Both good arguments. These two counsel have been doing very well indeed. So we just have to wait and see what will happen. And the judge seemed to be very good. I'm happy about that.
Any timeline as to when a decision is expected to be made?
I thought he said he's going to make his decision on Friday morning.
At 9?
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
We'll have more coverage on Friday. 21-year-old murder victim Zamar Alvarez was called an outsider by Belmopan's political leaders. But tonight, the president of the National Garifuna Council says that area rep Oscar Mira and Mayor Pablo Kawich should consider giving Zamar's mom an apology. We spoke to NGC President Alex Nolberto, who also happens to be a relative of the deceased, and he said that the public pronouncements by both Belmopan political leaders are concerning.
As a Garifuna leader, we are concerned with the way we have been dismissed, or Lamar has been dismissed in that instance, and the interpretation may be that the statement may appear to be racial or profiling, whatever the categorization may be, and I think it's something that the leaders need to look at critically to ensure that they are a bit more sensitive in how they say, what they say, and also that they have the information accurate. There's multiple issues here. The fact that he's a voter of Belmopan and they don't seem to even know that was shocking. The fact that the family has lived in Belmopan, Alina grew up in Belmopan, that's the mother. So they have Belmopan roots. The family has been in Belmopan like from time immemorial. So, and the fact that he is black and that specific detail is ignored or treated as an information that really doesn't matter. And then it's compounded by the fact that he's Garifuna makes it even more complex. So it's a complex issue, and I think that it has to be managed well. It's not, under the current circumstances, being managed well, and it is something that, like I said, the government or the powers that we need to look at.
Do these political leaders of Belmopan owe Miss Alina Alvarez an apology? Should they publicly apologize to her?
If it was me, I would, because clearly, in my view, they misspoke. The facts speak for themselves. So they need to do what they need to do to correct that.
Is this sort of insularization or siloing of identity or attempt to silo identity, is it, in your opinion, pernicious, especially for ethnic minority such as your people?
Yes, it's a huge concern because we're, at 4% of the general population, but Belize is one country. We're going to have one minister of police. And so that minister of police is charged with protecting Belizeans across the country of Belize.
Is there overt or covert prejudice at play here?
I would not want to speak for the minister or the mayor. It may appear prejudicial, the statements that were made, and they are painful to the family. And so I would expect and I would recommend that they try to make amends and clarify what it was that they said.
Reports tell us that the Creole Council may also be issuing a statement. We've all heard about the big battle at BTL over severance payments. Well, it all arises from a judgment of the Caribbean Court of Justice, and the Ministry of Labor issued a statement today stressing, quote, the judgment relates specifically to the parties involved in that case and does not determine claims outside of the matters considered by the court. The release adds that the Labor Department, quote, wishes to emphasize that severance pay remains a statutory entitlement governed by the Labor Act, and that each employment matter must be assessed based on its individual facts. When we come back, a well-known criminal figure from Belize allegedly caught in Texas and linked to the Jalisco cartel will tell you what local police are saying. She was trying to buy her deceased mom's leased land, but Ashton Longsworth had already gotten it. Tonight, he's giving it back. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
When it happened before, me don't know where that. That not PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right. And the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it. Because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted. An acquisition that would only benefit their families. All the while using your company.
BTL won't have to take a chill pill, you know. They won't have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology. It's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service, and actionable energy insights. Distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids, and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, Es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Champion security, champion security, champion security. Yeah. Your security is our business, so we gonna protect you like a champion, like a champion.
Guess what, Mr. Handsome? Yeah, over there, champion security. This is the place to be. What does sign say? Champion Security. Here at Champion Security, we provide quality service. You know why? Such as triology lock, fire alarm, IP camera system, gate operator, biometric lock, and alarm system. Champion Security. Make a go check out where they go on inside of Champion Security. And boy, nice to meet you, my brother. Tell me a little bit more about Champion Security.
Well, welcome, Mr. Hanson. Here at Champion Security, we offer fire system, alarm system, camera system, gate operator, access control, and also trilogy locks and magnetic locks. Everything you need to do with security systems for residential and businesses, you could find everything here at Champion Security. We also consist of 12 technicians, and we offer technical support 24 hours. So anything you need for your security systems, you could find everything here at Champion Security.
Remember, guys, here at Champion Security, we live by our motto, where your safe stay is our business. Give us a call now. Don't forget to check us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. And continue to shake it to the max all the way. Champion Security, the best place to be. We care for your safety.
You want to rent it? It's not a problem. We got remote gate.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
This fight over nationalizing control of telecommunications, the government there seems to want to be an authoritarian government.
Washington is watching, and Belize is becoming a red flag.
For a long time, they were under the radar. They could get away with it.
The Prime Minister and his chairman thought this would go under the radar, but they caught the attention of the White House.
And you saw it in the seriousness of President Trump's national security strategy. They're willing to be aggressive and do whatever they can against these individuals who are taking these actions.
Is a payout for the Prime Minister's family worth American intervention in Belize? They are playing a dangerous game with our country's future, and we are the ones to pay the price.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coast.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
"33-year-old Belizean Benigno Loria has reportedly been apprehended by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Removal Operations. Unconfirmed reports on the internet say that Loria is being linked as a member of the notorious Jalisco New Generation Cartel, which is the one formerly headed by Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho. Loria entered the U.S. in 2023 after an attempt was made on his life in the Pueblo Viejo ferry of Corozal, where there was a wild shootout and one man was killed. The then Commissioner of Police said the shooting was drugs-related. We reached out to the CEO at the Ministry of Home Affairs today, who stated that he has not received any report from Interpol as yet. Commissioner Richard Rosado confirmed that on February 17th, Loria was detained in Houston. Police are investigating a stabbing incident that left an 88-year-old farmer hospitalized on Monday. Officers responded to reports that an injured elderly man had been transported to the Northern Regional Hospital, where they visited the emergency ward and observed the victim suffering from multiple stab wounds. The injured man was identified as Gabriel Tech, 88, a Belizean laborer of a farm on San Lazaro Road. According to Tech, while at the farm where he resides and works, he was confronted by a co-worker who also lives on the property. The co-worker allegedly accused him of eating his groceries. Despite the dispute that is escalated, resulting in the assailant stabbing Tech to the left side of his chest and left arm and behind the left arm. Despite his injuries, Tech managed to walk to the roadside, where he later collapsed. A passerby came to his aid and transported him to the NRH. An X-ray has confirmed that Tech received a punctured lung and is presently in a stable condition. Police investigations into the incident are ongoing. Keeping it in Orange Walk, a family on San Pablo Street in Orange Walk is left without a home and all their belongings after a fire that destroyed their house. The family claims that they are confused as to what may have started the fire and can only assume that it may be related to an electrical issue.
Pues ha sido una experiencia bastante difícil.
Well, it's been quite a difficult experience. It's not something we can understand because we were all innocent, the whole family. My oldest son arrived, and when he got there, one of the rooms was already very engulfed in flames. We don't think it was anything electrical because we hadn't left anything plugged in. Everything was unplugged. The lights were all off. And we think it must have been a short circuit. Something must have been plugged in.
Algo conectado.
Tonight, a resident of San Pedro Town is accusing Minister Andre Perez of political victimization. Jose Hernandez claims that he was directed to a piece of land by former area rep Manuel Heredia, and he was paying towards that land, but he says it was taken from him by the PUP. When he raised a stink about this last week at a UDP press conference, he claims that the next day he lost his job as a bus driver for the town council And now he has no way to feed his 5 children. Here's how he puts it in Spanish.
Pues ha sido una experiencia bastante.
Vengo ahora aquí.
I'm here now to see if anyone can help me, because I used to work for the town council, and Minister Andre Perez took away the land where I lived for 11 years. I know I don't have land. I don't have the house because I've lived there for 11 years. I don't have the land anymore. I don't have a job because Minister Andre Perez, the Minister of San Pedro, took my job. Yesterday they called me early and the supervisor asked if I had the key. He told me I was not going to drive for them anymore, and Minister Andre wanted the key. And I said, okay, fine. I brought him the key. Just tell the supervisor. So today I don't have a job. I have 5 children and they go to school. And I need $20 to give them, $20 each. But since I'm not working, I don't have any money now either. And I think maybe they won't go to school for a week or 2 because they need $20 each to eat. The land was given to me by Minister Heredia, the previous minister who was from UDP. He handed over the whole area and gave it to the people who needed it. And that's how I got mine. But now the blue minister, Andre Perez, comes along and takes it away and give it to his people, and now I'm left without land.
We reached out to the minister and area rep Perez, who described Hernandez as a blatant liar and says he does have a property which he requested to be placed in his wife's name. He said, quote, he never told us that he had an expired lease on another one. If he had told us back then about it, we would have been more than happy to assist him. The issue starts from many years ago. He was squatting on a property that was not his. We found that it had been titled to someone else. This was from the previous administration. He told us he already had a structure on it, but there was nothing we could do. Luckily, in our research, we found out that the parcel next to where he was squatting was available. I explained to him that was the best we could do, and moving his structure to the next parcel adjacent to it would be the best we could, and he agreed. End quote. The controversy over the 2026 Belikin La Ruta Maya continues, and participants and founders of the event continue to express disappointment over the route that the event has taken. At its inception, the race was intended to promote fluvial health and the protection of the Belize River waterway. But now critics say it's a commercialized event that puts profits over its purpose. This morning on Son of Vice President of the Belize Canoe Association, Elvin Penner, and co-founder of the race, Luis Garcia, elaborated on their stance of what they call a dying race.
We pretty much built the Ruta Maya, the route and everything, with a historic aspect of it that would depict the history, culture, and environment of the river, with a development of a tourism product on the river, an expanded tourism product that already existed in Cayo. So that was the aim of the race, or as we, the members who sat down on that first and prior on other meetings. And in 1998, we tested the race. It was a very interesting race. We finished actually at the Baron Belize Grave. That was the finishing of the race on the first year, which was chaotic actually at the swing bridge. And it was very chaotic because of safety, and we couldn't get stuff out. A lot of paddlers lost their stuff. So the second year, it was decided to bring it back to the Belcan. So that is where we went to for safety purposes. But the race itself was to focus on the history of what the river means, has meant, has done, and the importance it has for Belize, the culture that existed, and we wanted to bring back a lot of the boom and chime culture that has been lost in Belize, and we wanted to depict the environment as how important the Belize River is, and how the race can bring out to light what the effects are, and then gather groups that we can actually go back to the river and during the year and get things done, either cleanup campaigns or reforesting the riparian forests, whatever we had to do.
This whole thing is going to really affect the long-term outcome of the race. Now the paddlers feel very hurt.
Yeah.
The sponsors feel hurt. the fans feel betrayed. That is 95% of the paddling community. How can you ignore 95%? I did a little bit of a survey on all the social media posts that have been happening about this, and I found 272 no's and 6 yeas.
Wow.
That gives them less than 3% approval. How can you, in your right mind, make such a critical change with only 3% of the approval of the players of this race? That's ridiculous. Obviously, now we can only assume that they don't care about us. They don't care about the paddlers. They don't even care about the race. My prediction is the race is going to die.
On social media, many participants have expressed that if the race does end at the Hullover, they will not be participating. We'll take a second break now. When we come back, we'll explain why a Consejo landowner should be feeling some relief tonight after Ashton Longworth agreed to surrender title to the land her mother had leased. And we'll show you the new eco buses that will be offering tours of Belize City. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
When it happened before, me don't know where that a PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right, and the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it, because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted, an acquisition that would only benefit their families, all the while using your company.
BTL will have to take a chill pill, you know. They will have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Love your Honda. It's all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
A safer Belize begins with all of us, and the Belize Police Department is taking bold steps to build that future together. The new 2025-2029 Crime Control and Crime Prevention Strategy is transforming policing from the ground up, reforming practices, rebuilding trust, and strengthening accountability. With investments in modern technology, upgraded infrastructure, and smart data-driven tools, officers will respond faster, work smarter, and endeavor to keep communities safer. This plan puts community partnership at its core. It will require more engagement, result in more transparency, and introduce new programs that support our youth, prevent violence, and promote second chances. From fighting gang violence and illegal firearms to confronting emerging threats like cybercrime, the BPD is building stronger, smarter, more specialized teams to protect every Belizean. And with enhanced training and leadership development, our officers are better prepared than ever to serve with integrity and professionalism. The Belize Police Department is rebuilding, reforming, and renewing its commitment to you. Together, we can create a safer, stronger Belize.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Sheree Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Linda Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7. Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, a woman who wanted to buy the land her deceased mother had leased should be feeling some relief. That's because the man who bought the land when the lease lapsed, Government Karzar Ashton Longsworth, has agreed to surrender the title he got so that government can allow her to purchase it. The story starts in 2015 when Liduvina Arana leased a parcel of land in Consejo. But she passed away in 2022, and in June of 2023, her daughter applied to purchase the land. But by August, Longsworth had already gotten full title for the land, and just like that, well, it was gone. Well, the story came out this morning on the Plain and Straight Morning Show, and we followed up with the CEO of Natural Resources, Paul Thompson, to find out if the land had been swiped from the Arana family. Thompson called us back this evening to say that he called Longsworth, who told him that he has no problem surrendering the title so that the Arana's daughter can purchase it. Longsworth told 7 News he does expect to get another parcel in return. He says he will give the title back to the Ministry of Natural Resources tomorrow. Tuk-tuk Belize tour services are not just limited for tuk-tuks anymore. They have upgraded their tour fleet to eco buses designed to accommodate large groups. We spoke to the owner of the business about this new expansion today. Jo Marie Lanza took a tour in one of the new sightseeing buses.
Her tuk-tuks took the city by storm last year in August. But with the demand of larger groups coming into the city for tours, Tanisha Vernon saw a need to expand her tour fleet and bring in 2 new eco-buses.
We have been pushing our sustainability and eco-friendly company for the past 6 months, and we found that there was a demand for groups. You know, we've introduced the tuk-tuks, and it holds a capacity at a time comfortably 4 passengers. And because of the popularity that we have been receiving, we are getting larger groups. And so we said, you know what, this is the time to step up and, you know, meet the demands by the public. So we decided to source our same, it's a different company, but I've had it in my plan from the moment the tuk-tuk idea came out, but the timing of it became a little bit more urgent. And I'm so grateful that we're able to accommodate larger groups. And we also want to add to it that it's not only for international guests. We know that we have a lot of schools and students that wanted to come and experience the Tuk-Tuk Belize tours and that whole eco and solar EV aspect of it. And now that we have this, we definitely want to extend and expand that options to, you know, primary school, high school student, and give them an educational tour as well. So it's not just about driving around in a luxury bus, but to also understand the importance and the value of the ecotourism and the direction that the world is moving towards when it comes to solar and EV.
These sightseeing doorless buses can accommodate groups up to 13 to 15 persons, and they have already begun running tours around the city. Vernon hopes she will be able to offer new additions to tour options as well with the eco buses.
Most of our tours will remain the same standard sightseeing tour or culture and history tour. We've added coffee tasting tour. We have bar hopping and cocktail. And so we're going to stick to the same tour with these buses for now. But we do have plans to possibly do a beach break tour where we take you all the way to Old Belize in them. So since it's a new product, we're still testing and trying different routes and area. So for the start, we're just going to stick within the city limits, and then later on, we're going to possibly expand to further destination. These buses can go up to about 50 to 60 miles before, you know, it needs to recharge again. And the beauty about it, it is using the natural energy, the natural sun to, you know, move the bus.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
The National Anti-Money Laundering Committee is hosting its 3rd annual conference for anti-money laundering and combating financing of terrorism. It's happening at the Civic, which was crowded with financial sector employees, government regulators, and others. Based on the January 2025 2025 Caribbean Financial Action Task Force report, Belize is a global leader in anti-money laundering, achieving fully compliant or largely compliant ratings on all 40 Financial Action Task Force recommendations. Today we spoke with special counsel at the Financial Services Commission, who explained why these events are important.
I think an event like this is very important for professionals and for Belize for two reasons. For professionals, it's an opportunity to exchange views on a topic that is clearly very important for the financial industry. And for Belize, because by reflection, it allows the educational level of professionals in Belize to raise. Opportunities like this one where you meet and other people who work in the industry from different parts of the world, it exposes you to different perspectives. I'm a big believer in diversity of point of views to make the industry a better place. So yeah, this is perfect place. The area that I cover, I made one presentation this morning, and I'm about to give the second one early this afternoon. It's about digital assets and how so Belize is in the process of considering legislation for digital assets, and so I share with the audience some of the thinking that the government is currently undertaking in this area. I think obviously a conference like this and AML and CFT in general, they focus very much on the international aspect of the industry, which is for anti-money laundering is an essential factor to take into consideration. Yeah, so I think the international components, the opportunity for people from different backgrounds and different parts of the world to come here and share their experiences.
The event will end tomorrow. They began working in Belize in 2022, and since then, the Strong Coasts Project has made significant strides in strengthening resilience for coastal communities across Belize. Yesterday, Strong Coasts Belize International invited an expert to come and speak with local partners on how to build resilience with reefs and mangroves. Here are the highlights from that event.
The Strong Coast Project has multiple different research partners, community partners, and we try to host events that share knowledge and build capacity and share capacity wherever we work. And given that some of our team members are in Belize at the moment, we thought it would be appropriate to host a talk and make sure it's broadcast live on Zoom to others around the world so that we learn the cutting edge research and work that Professor Beck and his team are doing. And what they're doing is really modeling ecosystems. In particular, looking at if you have coral reefs and if you have mangroves, what does it look like for communities, coastal infrastructure in terms of flooding and risk from flooding? And how does that impact your infrastructure? How does that impact your pocketbook? So he's sharing some of the cutting edge information that they have developed, in particular for Belize on this trip. Our project works also in Miami and in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And this is the share out on some of the work. And also, I think for his team, really exploring how different decision makers could use this type of information to make better decisions around things like infrastructure and what kinds of investments are needed to protect that infrastructure. So for example, we go to Keycocker tomorrow for a workshop on hybrid reefs that is being led by some of the students on our team, Kat Hauser from Boston University, and partnered with Ali Cancino from Keycocker. And in Keycocker, there's a wastewater treatment plant that has just been approved by government. And at one of the community meetings, there were questions around flooding at certain junctions where some of the infrastructure might be coming. And so something that may come out from a workshop tomorrow could be sort of, if they're flooding hotspots, is that something that our team could assist with modeling?
we are making strides. We are starting to engage directly with landowners to share better practices. We have one contest called the Mangrove Friendly Development Challenge, which we are then taking to engage different landowners, and then share, having them to provide their proposals, their projects, ideas, or their projects that they have implemented to reduce their footprint on the mangrove ecosystems, how to build with nature rather than totally disrupt nature. And so we are in the process of collecting those, creating case studies, and then engaging them across the space of Belize, the coastal space of Belize, north to south, east to west. And then we are also then looking at engaging the realtors. We share whatever case studies we have. We ask them to share it among their peers so that they too can then inform landowners on the best practices that can be done in terms of building within the mangrove landscape. And then finally, now we are reaching out to the insurance people that insure properties, land development projects, so that they can build into their model for investment greener practices that these people who borrow money, for example, who want to insure their property can integrate to help reduce the risks and potentially reduce the payout, the level of payout that they would have to do, when a storm comes through, for example.
300 students from 19 schools attended a FIFA Foundation Coding and Robotics Expo that took place in Dangriga on Friday. The event showcased creative tech skills through a series of presentations and smart challenges which tasked students to develop smart solutions to problems they may face within their communities and schools. Here are the highlights from that event.
This is an expo that basically the main objective is for children to kind of feel the consolidation of what they have been learning. It has been a process, it's also a work in progress, but basically we wanted to have an excuse to see how they are doing, what type of projects they are building with their teachers, what type of curiosities they have as well. And this has been amazing. Like walking through the different roles and projects, you can see how they are really responding to issues that they find in their communities, that they find in their classrooms. So for example, there's one of the projects that is like, because they want us to eat the crops, So they want to create something that kind of forbid or like alerts the iguanas, so they are kicked out from the crops, So you could see this type of imagination as well, the creativity. So this is amazing for us just to see how they are building on, growing, developing their skills, and with the excuse of having fun.
Today we're working on providing and integrating robotics with agriculture because we have a robotics club in our school as well as an agriculture garden, so we decided to combine the two. We thought about problems that we face in our agriculture garden, how they're not watered enough, they're not taken care of enough, Lots of times children, they don't really care about the plants. I don't want to say anything, I won't call any names, but they don't really take care of them enough and they don't have the knowledge to take care of them enough. So we thought about combining robotics to make it simpler and easier to take care of these plants. Actually, we use the plants and when we harvest them, we take them home to make food with them. The school does that with all the meals. They come from the garden. So we thought it would be important to make sure that they're taken care of so that everyone can harvest these plants and have fun with them, because the agriculture club is also to have fun and learn how to grow plants and stuff like that.
The 50th regular meeting for the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM is being held in St. Lucia. It kicked off this afternoon with an elaborate opening ceremony. In her remarks, President of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad Bisesar, threw what might have been an expected curveball when she called out her fellow CARICOM leaders for opposing her decisions, but also trying to get her voted out.
CARICOM as an organization should not be misused by anyone to benefit or protect political parties and friends affiliated with the incumbent government. CARICOM governments and their political parties who actively involve themselves in the domestic and political affairs of member states to assist sister or brother parties cannot then expect that when we come together that we must hug up each other. when in the last election gone, you sent your missives, you sent your people from your party to openly campaign against another political party. I'm sorry I have to share this, but it hurt me a lot when I saw what transpired within the last set of elections in the CARICOM. So CARICOM governments, if we are to hug up each other and cooperate, it cannot be that last week you sent your person down to St. Vincent or to Jamaica or to wherever, or to Guyana. You sent your political persons, not technocrats. You sent them down to campaign. I don't think that is right, because today I will have to face you. We are not red and we are not yellow, we are not blue, we are not green. We are all CARICOM persons, and we must give that respect to every single one.
The U.S. government has announced that Secretary of State Marco Rubio will travel to St. Kitts and Nevis tomorrow to participate in the 50th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM. A release says, quote, Secretary Rubio will engage with Caribbean leaders to advance shared priorities, including strengthening regional security, deepening cooperation to combat illegal immigration and illicit trafficking, and promoting economic growth, health, and energy security across the Caribbean. That ends our newscast for tonight. Thanks for watching. With you on news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great night. Join me back here tomorrow at 6.